What's up, guys? Welcome back to Man Cave Collectibles, coming at you today with another toy haul video. So today we got kind of what might turn into a fairly long video. We got a lot of stuff that has come in the mail. We got a lot of things we picked up on some toy hunts over the last week. If you haven't checked those toy hunts out, check back a few videos. You'll see them. Really cool toy hunts. Very successful toy hunts, in my opinion. And we've got in front of us here actually a couple items that I found on one of those toy hunts. So what we've got here is an already reviewed Grimlock. This is from the Studio 86 series that was just recently released. I have done a review for this guy on my channel, and that's actually why he's out of packages, because I wanted to get the review up on this guy as quick as I could. There's not a whole lot of reviews of this figure out on YouTube at this point. So if this is something you're interested in, check out my review on this guy. He's a fantastic figure. Comes with Wheelie, who's kind of posted right here on his back. Definitely at this point, one of my favorite figures of 2021. I know it's early, but I see this guy hanging around in my top 10 for a long time, if not all year. So that's Grimlock from the Studio 86 series. Also over here, now this is an older figure. This is the Combiner Wars Devastator. And if you keep up with my channel, you know that I do collect kind of the mass retail Transformers, the Hasbros. So, you know, the Earthrise, the Siege, Kingdom, which is something we're hunting down now. And I don't have a Devastator, and he's one of my probably top 5 all-time Transformers. So we picked up the Combiner Wars Devastator at one of our local toy shops, Gamers Alley in Gastonia, North Carolina. Those guys had him already built, so this was probably a trade-in. And I got a good deal on him, very fair price, and went ahead and picked him up. So I'm going to be trying to pick up, like some upgrade kits for this guy. If you guys have any recommendations, drop those in the comments down below. I've heard like the DNA Designs is pretty good. Another guy recommended a Perfect Effect upgrade kit. So if you guys have any opinions on those specific ones or any additional recommendations for me, go ahead and throw those in the comments. We'd love to hear that from you guys. But here are 2 of the loose Transformers that I picked up this week on some toy hunts. All right, guys, so moving into some MOTU Classics. As you know, here recently I've been putting together a Masters of the Universe Classics line or collection. I've been picking up a lot of figures in the line. And recently we were out hunting, and my wife has been trying to collect the Princess of Power line. So we were out hunting and we come across Pika Blue, which is one of the Princess of Power, as well as Bo from the She-Ra cartoon as well. So we picked both those guys up for her this week. As far as for me, I picked up Faker. This is the Ultimate Faker. I think he was missing one of his head sculpts, but I got him for a really good deal. This is a very expensive figure, and I ended up getting him in an auction for probably about 60% of what a typical auction would go for, say if this guy was in package. So he comes with one of his half swords. Here he comes with 2 of the full swords, his battle axe, his shield, and one of the heads, as well as the robot head, which is the one I actually wanted to display him with. It kind of has that Terminator effect to it, where it's kind of half skin, half robot. So I thought that was really cool. So as far as what we picked up loose, this was our MOTU Classics for the week. We do have some stuff that we'll be unboxing later on in the video, where we did get some more MOTU Classics as well, and we'll look at that later in the video. All right, guys, a figure that everybody's been looking for, Crane. So one thing we learned on my toy hunts in the past week is that, at least in my area, Crane has been fairly easy to find. So about a week ago, I found about 15 Crane at one Target. They actually had him in a separate section in the electronics section, as well as on an end cap in the toy section. I didn't even think NECA Toys was supposed to be in the toy section, but they had about 3 or 4 on an end cap. So I picked up a second one for my collection. If you watch my review video of my Crane figure that I ordered off Macari originally, it had some QC issues. It had some paint flaking from different areas. So I ended up picking up another one, and this one was in much better condition as far as the paint work or the QC part of this figure. So what I may end up doing, I may end up just holding on to one of them for a little while, kind of seeing what they do. May keep them, may sell one, just kind of undetermined at what I may do with them. Heck, we may even do a giveaway at some point and give one away. We'll just see. We'll see how it goes from here on out with the Crane figures and how available they are for folks. But anyways, we was able to pick up a second one for the collection. I was really happy about that. I actually was at that same Target yesterday, and there was still like 7 on the shelf. If you don't follow me on Instagram, check out my Instagram channel, Man Cave Collectible Reviews. I posted a picture on my Instagram account, just kind of amazed at the fact that days later, close to a week later, what was 15 Crane figure, there was still like 6 or 7. So that was pretty amazing to me. NECA figures sitting on shelves, NECA TMNT figures sitting on shelves is something we've never seen. We barely are able to find one at a time, much less, have them sitting on a shelf for days. So yeah, picked up another Crane figure this week. All right, guys, so Transformers is up next. I know we've covered some Transformers already, but let's talk about a really cool line. And again, we've got our Grimlock, which is part of this same line, but here is the Studio 86 line complete. So this is Scourge right here, who we've not reviewed yet because obviously you can tell these are still in the box. We've got Hot Rod here, which to me, even in this box, looks like a mini masterpiece. And I've even seen some reviews of guys talking about this specific figure and comparing it to a mini masterpiece. We've got Blur, another Studio 86. We've got Jazz, one of my favorite Autobots, probably my second favorite Autobot behind Grimlock. So it's kind of cool, my top 2 Autobots were actually in the first wave of the Studio 86 line. And then we've got Grumpy Old Man Cup here, which is a really cool addition. So if you've been following me in how I collect Transformers, I want to collect Season 1, Season 2 Transformers, as well as the 1986 movie Transformers. So this line was perfect for a collector like myself. Down here on the end, we also, on one of our toy hunts, found Soundwave. This is the Netflix version, but in my opinion is probably the best Soundwave at this point. So we're really happy to find that. There was only one of them. I've only seen one of them out in the wild at all, and it's the one I have. Also a shout out to a buddy of mine. Let's see, one of these, I believe, or 2 of these, the Scourge and the Hot Rod, he actually found for me. And if you check out my last video, I had kind of a guest appearance, which I've never done before, but I had a buddy out doing some hunting of his own. And he found these 2 figures for me and called me, and I said, man, do a toy hunt at Target and send me the video, and I'll throw it into my toy hunt video and kind of have a guest appearance on there. So I thought that was kind of cool to have somebody, it wasn't me, but to have somebody kind of guest appear in my toy hunt video doing a toy hunt of their own. But he found these 2 for me, so thanks a lot, bud. You know who you are. And yeah, that is my Transformer haul from my toy hunts this week. All right, guys, so Man Cave Collectibles has dove into the world of wrestling. So this was something I've fought off for years. I've tried not to get into the wrestling line, just because I'm in so many different things already within my collection. Just adding another line into it, it could almost be too much or overwhelming. But these Ultimate figures really have made me fall in love with the wrestling action figure line, especially being that they're available at Target. That's making it too easy for me to just pick them up while I'm out and about versus having to go and like order one on Ringside Collectibles or something like that. So we picked up the Hollywood Hulk Hogan. We picked up the Triple H Ultimate. We picked up the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. And this one here I picked up at my buddy over at Back in Time Collectibles in Gastonia, North Carolina. He had the Jake the Snake Legends figure. So these, especially Hulk, Jake the Snake, these are all characters really that take me back to watching wrestling as a kid. And that's really probably the characters that I'm going to really focus on. As you can see here in front of me, from the WrestleMania line, Both these were at Target. We've got Macho Man Randy Savage and Andre the Giant. There is a review up on my channel of these two figures. They come with their ring carts. The face scans are amazing, especially on Andre the Giant. I've not seen a figure that has a better face scan for Andre than this one here. And even though I don't collect wrestling figures, it is something that I've always kept up with over the years, just because I'm kind of dialed into the action figure world and I try to stay current on pretty much all the lines. Even stuff I don't collect, I like it, so I kind of follow it and keep up with it. And I can't remember a face scan or sculpt that looks as phenomenal as this guy does. So check out my review of these two if you haven't already. It is the last video that I did on my channel. But anyways, these were just really cool. I picked them up. We're going to probably stick to the Ultimates line for the most part, branching out into, you know, a random figure here and there that may be outside the Ultimates line. But let me know what you guys think. I don't know how many subscribers I have that do collect wrestling action figures. I'd like to know. You guys step up and make a comment below. Just like to know how many we have. I haven't done a whole lot of wrestling stuff on my channel, really none at all. So, you know, that would be a subscriber base that I would like to bring in some of our wrestling fans out there and start doing some wrestling reviews on different action figures. So certainly drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of these, and we'll be picking them up. All right, guys, next up, a little something different for the channel as well. We're going to talk about a video game system, video game. I don't know what we want to call this. This is the Mario Kart Home Circuit Live. So what it is a video game, but it's kind of based around augmented reality. So we were in Gamers Alley this weekend without our kids, and we wanted to pick up a surprise for them. And they had these in there. There was actually a guy playing this, and I'll try to spin this box around so you can kind of see what's going on. But basically, there's a remote control car in this box, which is the Mario car that's shown here on the front. He has a camera on him. You take your switch, and you control his car from your switch, and you're actually seeing what he's seeing in real life. So if you're moving around your house, you're seeing that on the camera. And it comes with these gates that the camera picks up and turns into a racetrack based on where the gates are placed in your house, on your floor. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen before in my life. When we saw it, we picked up two of them, one for each of our children. And this is going to kind of be a test. My kids are always saying, "Dad, we support your channel. We go out and we watch your videos." Well, they don't know we have this still. So we're doing this at a time that they can't see me making this video. So it's going to be a surprise for them. We're going to give it to them this weekend, let them get through the week of school, and then kind of surprise them with us on the weekend. So we're going to see whether the kids are supporting Dad's channel or not, because the surprise will be up if they watch this toy haul video. But anyways, if you guys have a Switch, this is a really, really cool thing. It's really unlike anything I've ever seen before in the video game world. I've been playing video games since NES, pretty much every system. This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen on a console. It kind of takes virtual reality, augmented reality, just kind of turns it into one thing. It's really hard to explain, but it's super cool. Go out, check out a YouTube video on Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. If it's something you think you would be interested in, or if you have kids that play the Switch, fantastic game, fantastic system game. Again, I don't know how to explain it to you. It's just it's not just a game. It's a true race car, you know. But anyways, go check it out. All right, guys, that is all we have for things that we found on toy hunts in stores this week. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to get to our unboxing portion. We're going to get Grimlock out of the way so we got a little more room. Let's jump right into it. All right, guys, so we got our first box here. Some of these boxes have been sitting around the house here for a week or so. So some of them I kind of know what we've got, and some of them I don't. All right, guys, so we got a really, really cool thing coming in right here. Get that box out of the way. So if you guys keep up with me, my channel, or my Instagram, maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago, I posted a picture. We had a really, really bad situation where me like a dummy left some CGC comics laying around in the bedroom. And my wife, we were kind of playing around, and she accidentally stepped on the stack of CGC comics, therefore cracking about 2 or 3 of them. And these weren't just any comics. These were original Mirage Studios TMNT comic books. Number 2, first print, and a number 4, first print, 9.8. So I did send off I sent them all off. I sent off about 5 or 6 books, but here's one of them. It finally come back. So it took about a month and a half to get the first book back. They've got about 4 or 5 more books of mine. One is the number 2 first print. So that was a 9.0 number 2 Mirage TMNT book. And I was having them do a press and a clean on it to see if we could maybe get like a 9.4 out of it. I'm thinking we can. It's a pretty clean book. I think a little pressing may help it out in a big way. This one was just a reholder because it was already a 9.8. So I figured this would be the first one back of all of them. I also have some of the last Ronin. I sent them like a 1 in 10 in a regular cover variant, and a couple other books. So as they come in, we'll reveal those in our toy haul, comic book haul videos as well. But this is one I was really, really excited to get back. Just, I got this book right here, I think for about $80, probably around 10 years ago. And, you can go out and look and see what a 9.8 in a first print number 4 is running for today. So TMNT has been really, really hot lately. So really excited to have this book. Trying to decide if it's going to go up, somewhere on the man cave wall. I like to put up a lot of comic books on the man cave wall. So we'll see where this one goes. I may reserve a space somewhere else for it, but really happy to have this one back. All right, guys, so next up here, I'm not sure what we got in this one. All right, guys, so we got more MOTU Classics here. So I'm not sure how well you can see them, but me and this guy was in Canada, and the most I paid for any figure in this box, or there's actually multiple boxes. I think I've bought about most of this guy's collection at this point, but the most I paid for any figure in any of these boxes was $39 US, right at about 50 bucks Canadian for any of these figures. Some of them were less, but that's the most I paid for any of these figures from this wave. Now I ended up buying some additional figures from him here recently, just in the last couple of days, and the most I paid was about $23 US. We'll talk about those in the next toy hunt. But we got Hordak. I'm not sure how well you guys can see these. He's got them nicely packaged, and what me and him did, he kind of worked the deal with me. I'll give you a really good deal if I can take them out of package. Well, I take everything out of package anyways. So I was like, yeah, man, take them out of package as long as you package them well, where they can't get scuffed up and beat up. I'm good with it. So he did a really good job. He put them all in these sandwich bags and packaged them this way for me. So we've got the faceless one here. I may just have to lay these down. I don't think they're going to stand too well for us. All right. We got Lasher, however you want to say it. That's one I was really, really excited to have there. I just like his colors and all that type of stuff. Here we've got, I cannot remember this guy's name. Help me out if you can remember it. I don't think it's a Horde Prime. I don't know if this is Horde Prime or, can't remember what his name is. But anyways, picked him up. Some of these weren't even, characters that I necessarily wanted like this early on. It was kind of stuff where I'm like, hey, I'll get later on. Being that I could get them at such a good price, how can you say no? You go and you look at some of these figures that I'm getting for 25, 30, 39 was the most. How can I say no to that when they're going for 80, 100 bucks, on eBay? So here's a figure here. This is the nameless one, which I think is just a super cool looking little figure. Kind of reminds me of Orko. And I haven't met this guy yet, so I don't know where he comes into the story. I don't know if he comes in 2000X, or if he comes in the regular He-Man, because I'm kind of watching through both as well as the She-Ra cartoon right now. So me and my wife actually are both kind of working our way through. I haven't been introduced to the nameless one yet, so that's somebody I'll eventually get to know. All right, guys, this one, is it Scorpia or Scorpina? I can't remember what her name is, but she's really cool. She's part of the Horde. I'm collecting the Horde. So we picked her up. The 2-pack that it looks like he decided to leave in the package, we've got the Snake Men. So I'm going to collect the Snake Men as well. So it's going to kind of be Skeletor and his minions. It's going to be He-Man and the Master Universe, the Horde, as well as the Snake Men. That's going to kind of be my focus. My wife's doing the Princess of Power. I'm not really so much into like the Space Mutant stuff, and you know, that's kind of what I'm going to focus on. Is kind of what we just talked about there. So you kind of got these 2 Snake Men. They're just minions of King Hiss. Thought they looked cool. Got a really good price on them, so we picked these guys up. All right, guys, next up on the box, on the boxes here. All right, guys, this is something I'm super excited about here. So this actually just come in today. So first off, we've got Jenny from Bucky O'Hare. So this is from the Boss Fight Studios line. I'm late. I know I'm late on these, but I think these look really, really fantastic. This was a cool cartoon from my childhood. I'm a sucker for anything that has nostalgic value. Bucky O'Hare, I wanted to get 2 of these in. So I got Jenny and I got Bucky. And depending on what I think of these and kind of the quality that I feel like once I pull these out, do reviews on them, I may continue on in the line. You know, picking up Deadeye, a couple Toad Troopers. I think I saw a Bruiser out there as well. So we got Jenny from the Boss Fight Studios line. And then as we just said, we've got Bucky O'Hare, which is pretty cool here. This was my favorite one of any of them, probably with Deadeye coming in a pretty close second. And then for whatever reason, the Toad Troopers, I really, really love those guys. I think it's the design that I like of them so much. But yeah, we got Bucky O'Hare. Now, this is not part of that line, but I do like Hellboy. So from the 1000 Toys line, we got our Hellboy toy. So this is a really, really cool figure. If you've not seen this before, this is the PX exclusive that comes with his BPRD t-shirt. So this was originally released. He didn't have the t-shirt. They re-released it, and he does have the t-shirt as a PX exclusive. So picked him up. I don't have a single Hellboy figure in my collection, as much as I've always really liked Hellboy. So I really, really just like the way this one looked. Had to pick it up. That's our Big Bad Toy Store haul for the week. All right, guys, next up. All right, we're going to pull these out from down here just so we have a little more space. We got Clamp Champ. So this is from the same guy that I was purchasing from up in Canada. We got Clamp Champ, really cool figure. That was something I've kind of been wanting for a while. Here we go. We got Queen Grayskull. So this was King Grayskull's wife. So my wife saw this one and had to have it. I had no choice but to purchase it. We got Cyclone, or is it Skyclone? I can't remember. I just seen him in 2000X and thought he was really, really cool. So this was a guy I'm not super familiar with because he really is more from that 2000X storyline, which I am, I think, in the last episode of the first season. So he's kind of became one of the Master Universe through that cartoon, but he's not somebody I'm super, super familiar with. But for the price I was getting him at, I had to go ahead and pick him up. Here's another one that I picked up really just due to the deal. Vicor was not really one that I really had to have, or he wasn't really on my top want list for MOTU Classics. But he looks really cool. Who can't love a barbarian, you know? So went ahead and picked him up. There was a must-have. We got Mantena. He's part of the Horde. As we discussed earlier, we're picking up all the Horde figures that we can. All right, guys, 2 more Horde figures here. We've got the Multi-Bot, and we've got Modulok. All right, guys, and then we've got a second Shadow Beast. So I actually didn't put him in my loose figure haul. Now that I see this, I think about it. Last week I had a loose Shadow Beast come in that I purchased from Macari. He's actually on that shelf right up here behind my camera. This guy had one in package. He gave me a fantastic deal on him. I think this was one of the figures that I paid $39 for. So we got us another Shadow Beast. You can kind of army build Shadow Beast if you think about it from the original TV show. There were hundreds, if not thousands, of these guys. So I was like, why not pick up a second one for the shelf? I like when companies do scale stuff. And this is like a 9-inch figure. So it just shows a little different scale on your shelving which just kind of adds to the look and the presence of your collection. That's all from this box. Let's move on to the next. All right, guys, so next up, we've got Hungry Howie's Flavored Crust Pizza. This is probably one of the coolest boxes that anybody's ever sent me anything in. This was a purchase off my card, I'm pretty sure. So we're gonna pop it open and see if it is what I think it is. All right, guys, so kind of in the spirit of WandaVision, I went ahead and picked up the Vision vintage figure. So if you are familiar with how I collect Marvel Legends, I collect by the team. I'm kind of focusing on a certain list of teams, you could say. 90s Jim Lee X-Men, X-Factor from the 90s, X-Force from the 90s, the Avengers team. So I did not have a Vision for my Avengers team. So here we go. I thought the vintage one was the best looking one. We got him. He come with his little Ultron head here. And what better week to pick up this guy than the week that WandaVision debuted. What do you guys think of WandaVision, by the way, while we're on that subject? I like it. I think it's cool. I can't tell at all where it's going. I have no clue what the Bumblebee guy had to do coming up out of the sewer. And I've read a lot of comics in my life and still do. And I just feel a little bit lost. I really have no clue where that's going. So if you have an idea or you have kind of theories, drop them down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys think, or even what you may know is going on. Who was the guy that had the bumblebees flying around him? Drop those down below. But anyways, we picked up Vision from the vintage carded wave. All right, guys, next up, I really have no clue what this is. So this one will be kind of a surprise to me and you both. All right, guys, I do know what this is now that I've gotten it out of package. So this is Skull and Company grip case for the Switch Lite. So this is something I ordered actually like a month ago, and I guess just kind of forgot it was coming in. It's got a Bluetooth audio transmitter. So this is something where I can kind of hook up like my AirPod Pros to my Nintendo Switch and use them for gaming. I do a lot of Switch gaming. It's probably my favorite system right now. I can just chill in the bed or haul it with me if you got an appointment somewhere or whatever. You can just have it with you. I just throw it down in my bag, pop it out when I need it. It's really cool. But this is a protective case set for the Switch Lite. It's got like these interchangeable grips that go on the back of it. So if you got smaller hands, it's got smaller hand grips. If you kind of like that bigger bulky feel, which I do, it has that. It comes with a carry case, an adjustable stand, card slots for your games. It's just a really, really cool setup. And I actually seen it, you know, on Instagram, they kind of throw up these ads, you know, every 5 or 6, you know, pictures of guys that you follow. They throw up these ads. Well, they figured out somehow everything in the world that I like. And I just find myself, I keep buying things off of these Instagram ads. So this is one that they sucked me in on, and I seen it and had to have it. All right, guys. Another box here from our buddy in Canada. So I bet you can't guess what is in this box. All right, we're going to move our box here to the side. Keratos, I believe is his name. I remember from 2000X, he kind of lived down under Castle Grayskull. I don't remember this girl's name here, but this is another one my wife had to have, so we picked it up for her. So my wife is mouthing at me right now that this is Glimmer. So if it's wrong, that's her bad. It's another one for my wife. Zodak, this is a pretty cool one. It's kind of a must-have. I know he is kind of more of that spacey type of storyline, but being that he was such a kind of an original character, an original toy really, come out pretty early, as well as just recently here in the Origins line. I felt like I had to have this guy as part of my collection. Again, got a really good price for him. We got Catra. We got Mermista. And I'm ashamed to say I knew that one without her having to tell me. And then we got General Sunder, who, you know, it kind of looks like you can turn into a kind of like one of the Horde troopers, I guess you could say. So you can use him either way. He's got all these additional heads here that he comes with. That's it for MOTU Classics for the week. We got one more box to break into. All right, guys, last box of the day. I honestly cannot remember what this is. Oh, here we go. Okay, guys, so this is something I really had to wait a while on. This is out of Canada, but this ain't from the same guy that I was buying all the MOTU stuff from. So I don't buy a whole lot of customs here on my channel, but I saw this on eBay and thought that this may be the perfect, it's actually like a Skeletor throne done as a custom. All right, guys, so check this out right here. So that is super cool right there. I don't know what this is made out of. If it's like, I can't tell if it's cut from like a 3D printer. I'm not sure what it was cut from, but it was specifically kind of advertised on eBay as Skeletor's throne. And you can see here it's kind of got like a first seat. And then the, you know, kind of the bone chair. I just thought this thing looked phenomenal. And being that I'm kind of all into MOTU Classics right now, I just thought it would add kind of a cool effect to my shelf, to my display shelf. Throw Skeletor in the chair, Panther standing over here beside of him, kind of his minions built up around it. I just thought it'd be really, really cool display option. So yeah. Definitely you can go out probably in like, if it's something you're interested in, it doesn't have to be Skeletor. It could be really any kind of villainous type of character, a Dr. Doom, or I can see any of those guys kind of rocking this chair out right here. But, you know, just something cool I picked up. I ordered it probably about a month and a half ago, and it just took forever. If you guys are purchasing things online right now, you'll know that the post office is a wreck. UPS and FedEx ain't far behind them. Just my Big Bad Toy Store box there, it came in today, which it is Tuesday, and it was supposed to be here last Friday. So, and that's coming from FedEx. So just kind of shows you they're just a mess right now. So it's something you got to be patient for when we order stuff. But anyways, Bone Throne for Skeletor in my MOTU Classics collection. So yeah, guys, I know it was a long video. If you've hung around this long, I want to thank you so much for sticking in there with me or hanging in there with me. Drop those comments down below. Hit that like button. It helps get this video out there for other people to see. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. We surpassed 3,000 subscribers today, actually. Huge milestone for the channel. And I got nobody to thank but you guys and the supporters. And a lot of you guys have been there since the beginning. I've been talking to you in the comments for, I guess it's been about 13 months now that we've been doing this channel. Since I dropped that first Bebop and Rocksteady NECA Toys review, it was horribly done 13-ish months ago. So since that time, 3,000 of you guys have decided to subscribe and support me. And I'm so, so grateful to you guys. And I really appreciate every one of you. I hope you guys have a good rest of your evening. Until next time. Wouldn't it be crazy? Just